Well, hello everybody, welcome back. We will be getting started here shortly. Just giving it like 30 seconds for people to pile into the room. Well, okay. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the September 2024 edition of the Box webinar. Today, we're going to have an energy market update, and we're going to talk about the reverse auction platform. Joining me today, as you can see on the screen here, is our esteemed Vice President, our day-to-day operations leader, Benji Coomer. And I'm very excited to have him. Allie, actually, she is out. She is getting married this week. So out in Italy. So she'll be back next month though. And Benji is gonna step in for her. Got big shoes to fill there, Benji.
We miss Allie.
Yeah. Today we're gonna be talking about Box. Benji's gonna discuss here about Box and just kind of everything we offer. Gonna provide a market update, and then we're going to discuss the reverse auction platform that we just very excited to have. Worked very hard on this, many teams did here, and we're very excited to finally have this, and we're going to be talking more about this, so stay tuned for that. So let's start it out here. Benji, take it away.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Benji. Very nice to be here today. We are live here in the Westlake office here in Texas of Broker Online Exchange. So Scott and I were just talking about that we took some smelling salts before the webinar started. So we're fired up. We are very excited, and thank you for everyone that is joining us today. As I mentioned, my name is Benji Coomer. I'm one of the founders, along with Arthur Gruen and A.B. Groman of Broker Online Exchange, and we started the business in 2013. And before I kind of go into our value proposition, just as a company, I wanted to talk just a little bit about some of the things that are important to us. Arthur and I both grew up on the supplier side of the business, so we have a very deep understanding of the back office support and what happens at a supplier. So for our partners and for our brokers, we think that's a very valuable part of the business, that we really partner really well with our supplier partners. So that's one thing. And then one thing that we talk a lot about, and I really want to thank our partners, thank our brokers, is that we as a business, as a company, we want to really have a spirit of hospitality when it comes to our partners. We want all of our consultants, our agents, everybody to feel that they are a part of Box and that their success is our success. And one of the things that really sets us apart as a platform is that without our partners, we don't have a business. I could sit here and talk to Scott all day, but we don't sell deals. We don't directly compete with our partners. We are a back office support and broker service for our partner. And so that's really important that we, want all of our partners to know that. And it is important, as the founders of the business and the management of the company, that we really, all of our employees take this white glove approach to our partners and to making sure that that they feel well taken care of, well supported, that our technology is world class, that our back office support, all those things. So now I kind of get into, what makes Box special, what it is that we actually provide for our partners. Number one, you see on the screen here, is that we're licensed in all deregulated states. So for both gas and power. So any state that you can sell in that is deregulated, we're going to have supplier coverage there, and we're going to be able to support you to be able to get your deals closed. So as a partner, as a broker, anybody that's gone through the licensing process, keeping that up, it's a pain in the butt. We manage that for all of our partners. You guys piggyback off of that, and we want to maintain those licenses, maintain all of the regulations that go along with that. So one of the things that we bring to the table. Number two is our suppliers that we offer. We offer over 90 different suppliers. We're, you know, all of the regionalized suppliers, we're going to have all those, all the major national players, your biggest suppliers, we're going to have all of those in place for you as well. One of the things that I think gets overlooked, you know, and part of that relationship is just managing our suppliers, right? There's a lot of time that has to be put in with our suppliers. There's a lot of face-to-face things, and we manage that. We want to maintain those relationships really well, and it allows our partners to be able to access the Constellations, the Energies, the Direct Energies, NRG, TXU, all the big name suppliers, the great suppliers that we work with. We want all of our partners to have access to that. Number three, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but we provide world-class back office support. Anybody that's been out in the field that has sold directly to customers knows there's many facets and parts of the job, right? And we want to take that, shoulder the burden of the back office support, any technical things, any sort of, you know, anything that we can do to help on the back side of the deal to help take care and shoulder all of the administrative work, things like that. We want to take that. We have fantastic account managers, and like I said, we want to have this white glove service and the spirit of hospitality when we're interacting with our partners, right? So that's a big part. It allows our partners to go out and sell directly, and you know, not have to shoulder all the back office support. Number four is technology. We've got a world-class platform. It's a front-end kind of soup to nuts platform. It's got CRM systems, it's got commissions in there, it's got pricing, contracting, all kinds of tools and services on there. You know, that is a many millions of dollars technology that our partners, when you partner with us, you get access to that. You know, as a small or medium broker that doesn't have technology backing them, this is a service that it's fantastic to be able to have that available at your fingertips. And then number five is kind of the whole commissions side of things, right? We do a consolidated commissions approach, and then we've got some creative payment structures that allow, you know, that if you're a smaller or medium-sized broker, you may not have all of the creative payment structures that we can offer you as a partner with you. So wanted to mention all those. You see on the screen here are strategic services. So we've got a couple of services that we offer as well when you work with Box. Strategic services is invaluable when you are a small medium broker that you don't have the back office, you don't have the market tools, things like that, that Scott, Allie, our team can bring to these meetings. So the point of strategic services team is that if you come across a large deal, if you come across you know, a Fortune 500, a Fortune 1000 deal, any deal that needs additional support, we can come and partner with you alongside of you. We can join calls with you. Scott has gone to meetings face to face with our partners, but we're going to give you an additional like analytical you know, market analysis that's geared specifically for the customer you're working with. There's going to be, you know, sustainability, strategy benchmarking, you know, we do a lot of very strategic pricing, different products that you may not, you know, daily when you're just signing up a deal, fixed rate, you may not offer these things. But these are things that our strategic services team can bring to the table. And like I said, we can partner alongside with you and go win those big deals. And sometimes you just need the literal just people support, right? If you have to go present to a board, or you're going to present to city council or something like that, you will feel more confident when you have Scott and Allie and our team behind you to be able to walk in there. You're going to have all of the analytical support, all the market data. You're going to have a great proposal and be able to put that in front of a customer and win the biggest deals that you know, that are out there. Those are the needle movers. Let me see here. Some other services. It's on here as well, but we have Utility Data Box. That's going to be a software that is for the actual end customer. It's benchmarking, some sustainability things. It tracks their usage, different things. That is a you know, is a software and a service that is very expensive to take on by yourself. we have taken on, shouldered that burden. But when you bring a customer that fits the size requirements, you can also use our utility data box services for those customers. We also have renewal services. Sometimes, and I totally understand it, our partners get a little leery of like, hey, you're going to be reaching out to our customers. If you want us to, and I suggest everybody take us up on this, because anyone that's ever built a business knows there's two parts to it. There's growing. You have to retain the business that you have, and then you have to get new business. If you are not getting new business, your business is dying. That's the bottom line to this, right? And so with our renewal services team, we come alongside you. And the language I like to use is we don't do it instead of, we do it alongside with you. Does that make sense? And so our renewals, services team, you can say, hey, I want you to worry about the retention part of it. We're going to help you get your renewals closed, get those booked away, and it allows you to really focus on your new business. And that's what's growing your business. It's what's bringing more cash in the door, bringing more revenue. So we've got some marketing help as well. Reach out to us if there's things that we can help. There's different things on our platform. Some of these cost, small fees because they're services that we can offer, but, check those out as well. Okay, with that, Scott, I'll kind of turn it back over to you unless there's more that I need to chat about there.
But that's amazing. Thanks, Benji. Yeah, we get, I always look at this as, when I came on board here, of just first of all, I didn't even know anything like this existed with what Box offers. And, since then we've even expanded out even more. And this is an amazing platform. And anybody that's trying to do all this stuff on their own, that's a, 1 to kind of 4 or 5 person shop, they're actually going to lose, they're actually going to make a lot more money by going through us, even though there is fees. But you can focus on your business at hand, and that is working with your customers and growing your business and customers. And we take everything behind the scenes for you, and we'll also help you close deals for a strategy team as well. So yeah.
Yeah, let me throw one thing in that as well, is that when you have a network as big and partnered with you as Broker Online Exchange, what it allows you to do as a energy consultant, it allows you to focus on selling, right? That's what, when you think about businesses being run, selling's a major part when you're consulting, right? You got to get out there, you got to find new customers, you got to go prospect, you got to go present, do all these things. You're filling a funnel, trying to put together, getting your sales in the door, right? Let Box handle all the back office support. Let us handle that. When your business grows, even with our fees, we don't shy away that, we have a very small fee that we partner with our partners. But even with our fees, when you allow and take advantage of what all the support does, the technology, the payment structures, the access to capital, things like that, when you allow that to take root, it will grow your business well past the point of the 30% fee or whatnot that we take. So Scott, I'll turn that back over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Benji. Yeah, and again, just to add to that, a one-man firm can be just as be like a 50-man firm, 50-person firm. It's really what we do, because we are all that support behind the scenes. We are the extra 50 people for you. So here, I'll go to the market update here. We can talk all day about that, and we'll move on here. So prices, yes, down month over month. And you'll see gas here down 12 cents, 7 cents, 7 cents. You'll see the headline gas, we're hovering around like the 230 level right now. We dipped close to below $2 a little early in the month. That's the front of the market, but you really look at the meat of it, 25, 26, 27, that's where decisions are being made, that's where purchases being made. And gas is, production value, the cost to produce it's in the upper twos, near $3. So we're kind of, at those levels. So when we get there, we'll probably see production start rising, hopefully. But you also see the rest of the market here, big moves in 25 as summer kind of waned and it didn't really produce much fireworks. but especially here in ERCOT here, low index prices really brought 2025 down. We're at the 42.85 level, but it brought down close to $5.85 to $6 month over month. If you really look at over like last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, it's about $7 or $8 down. 2025 is. And that's what happens. I mean, we didn't really have that huge fireworks. If you look at this on the index side, you know, this is the here in July, August, nothing was above 50, nothing was above 40. I mean, it was in the 20s. And now we've got the last 12 months, ERCOT now is running at 26.72. And this was in the 50s just 3 or 4 months ago. As these months here came off the board and were replaced, now this is a 12-month curve. Last 5-year average 46.60. So these lower index prices are starting to bring down the curve, and we believe that's pretty fairly thin. And here's the curve prices here. This is quite a drop. This solves the euphoria here at the beginning of the year. And we had this big move up based off the data center demand growth that was going to happen, and that's not saying that's not happening, but it got way over its skis, and now we have, you know, kind of this whole like drop here, really based off the low index prices and showing a lot more stable grid reliability. And we did have record load here. We had a couple days as higher than anything we had last year, but this price is average in the 40s and 50s. We had maybe an hour when solar was kind of coming off near the end of the day, that prices would shoot up for like a half hour above $500, but then it just quickly came back down. The grid reliability is really showing some strength, and we're going to talk about something there in a few minutes here, one of the reasons why. PJM, going to PJM now, you know, man, if you had told me that at the end of the year, by September, that PJM's 12-month average would be $7 higher than ERCOT, I would have said, well, what happened in PJM? What went wrong? And it's nothing really went wrong here either. I mean, we had a pretty stable time here as well. These index prices are a little higher. And, you know, really it's just kind of the grid makeup right now, and stability showing in, and both these are real stable. And again, 33.55, 39.59 5-year average, and much closer to really where the historical prices are. This is the historical curves of 25, 26, 27 forward curves, and looking back 2 years. And again, we had this big run up here in the beginning of the year due to data center demand growth, and again, prices have come back down. Again, just because this is lower index prices have been coming through all summer, but also, and we had probably one of the highest days we've had in 15 years on the grid. We poked about 153, 154, which really kind of showed that there is some growth there, but there's also, you know, supply coming on, and this whole data center demand growth. Again, just getting over, and we talked about it last month, it's getting way over its skis on that. Again, just kind of looking at like as if all this stuff was going to come on in the next 2-3 years, and there's a lot of interconnection stuff that needs to happen for these data centers, and the building out is going to be slower than we think, and also efficiency of some chips coming in, and also discount. Marco was totally discounting the new supply that will be coming online. And so now looking at the natural gas storage, looking at some fundamentals moving the market here. And again, we look at natural gas heavily because natural gas is the fuel for the marginal generation in pretty much most markets. So as natural gas moves, it really moves the curves. And this is, you know, we were hitting well above the 5-year kind of the highest of these last 5 years. This is a chart here. If you look at this real quick, it's each year storage from 2019 on to 2024. 2024 is a big purple line. And we're kind of just aiming right here towards kind of the middle of all this, probably but end of the season here. We'll probably hit around 2,900 for when we peak out here early November, or 3,800 or so. Healthy levels. We're not going to have any issues really this winter, unless something super crazy happens with super cold winter, we're probably not going to have any issues. But it's now the market's starting to look more beyond that a little bit into the summer. And are we going to have levels here? Because just because we have these healthy levels here, it doesn't mean it means more here. This winter, you see down there the trough, will probably, even in a cold winter, finish around here. And that's okay. We'll be fine. But if we finish around here versus where we are here, and we go on these same trends, now we're going to have issues here. And this goes on. Market always is looking forward. And natural gas rig count. By the way, the PDF is in the presentation, and you can just pull it, download it, take it. It's awesome. Copy these charts for your own presentations with your customers. Feel free. The natural gas rig count tripped up last week a little bit, and this is but again has been inclining. This was actually at 160 about a year and a half ago, and we're just showing the last year here, but it's been continuing a downtrend here, and this is a little worrying because this is going to tighten future supply, and for production increase, this is going to have to start increasing now for 6 months. So this being down these levels, we're probably keeping the same kind of production levels here for at least the next 6 months. And natural gas production, stagnant. I mean, this is, gosh, almost my entire career in this industry, this has been ever going up, at least 2-3 BCF a year. And 15 years ago, this was around 75 to 80, and now we hit up these levels here, 105, 102, and we've been stagnant. I've never seen it this stagnant for this long. Yes, we've had months where it's dropped. It's usually because of pipeline issues, things like that. But this is the first time I've really seen it been stagnant for this long. Producers are showing much more discipline. This should reflects a really, very reactive approach they have now. They're bringing much more flexibility with, bringing on, bringing off production and capping wells and non-capping wells. And it's it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here, because this is going to have to increase, and you'll see in the next slide, this is going to have to increase really 10 to 15 BCF a day if we're going to be shipping out all of this LNG production export capacity that's going to be coming online. These are happening. These are not going away. I know in the press, people will say like, oh, well, LNG exports, we're not going to grow because there's a moratorium. No, that's for new licenses and new approvals on projects. These are approved, these are going. We'll be probably this 19 level by the mid to end of 2025. And this is all here. I mean, there could be delays in construction. These are huge projects. These are $10 billion projects to build out. And I also want to put out there that there's potential that we may be at this 27.4 export capacity. Doesn't mean we're exporting 27.4. It all depends on the prices overseas and if there's any sort of glut. But we could very likely hit this, and this is 13 BCF we're gonna need right here just to keep our head above water on supply. And before I get to the next chart, which is the last chart of the month, I just want to point out all these charts now, we are putting these together here proprietary wise. We're updating these once a week, and they're available anytime. We're actually going to be putting these out onto our portal. And one of these webinars coming up, we'll be announcing all the stuff that we have on there. It'll be kind of cool. But if you guys just want these updated for a presentation, whatever, just contact the pricing desk. We can get these out to you real shortly, put them in a PDF for you, and they're there for you to come to your customers and make a presentation. Okay, so chart of the month. This is utility scale battery power capacity. This is I saw this and I was startled. I thought it was a little more smooth of a curve. It wasn't this sharp of a movement up this quickly in the last 4 or 5 years, but 20.7 gigawatts now of battery power capacity. It doesn't mean we have 20.7 gigawatts that can go continuous year round. A battery, you got to charge it up. and then you didn't release it. And usually these things can go for 2 hours, but that's perfect for places like ERCOT and PJM in California, where we have these issues where we have shortage of supply, or just hit those peak times, those couple hours, and gets us through. And what's happening is those arbitrage situations are becoming more apparent, but also really the cost of the batteries are coming lower, the efficiency of the batteries are becoming better, so they're becoming able to store more at less cost. Bam, it makes more sense, and you're getting this in ERCOT. I was reading an article yesterday, they're at 10 gigawatts of this, or half of this increase, and they're looking to go 10 more gigawatts here by the next 3 or 4 years. That has been a game changer, and it's one of the big reasons why we've had these lower summer prices this year. So this is a real interesting chart here as well. And with that, let's go into the reverse auction. And I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what this is, and then Benji is gonna follow up and really tell you guys how this is a benefit to you and why we're making an offer here that's an offer you can't refuse. And why you guys should be taking advantage of it. So first of all, before we go into this reverse auction, I just want to go into what a traditional auction is. Traditional auction, of course, everybody knows it's where buyers bid against each other. So you've seen those on TV. I don't know if anybody's ever attended one. I have not personally, but in our auction, for instance, we're like got this Mona Lisa, or Mona Lisa that could be for sale. That'd be crazy. Somebody's emptying out their one of these trillionaires emptying out their bank account for that. But anyway, so an art auction where a $20 million painting gets auctioned, and people are out there waving their paddles and blah blah blah. And you bid the price up, and starts at 20 million and sells for 50 million, right? We've all seen that on TV kind of stuff, and it's the way that works. And that's where the seller is offering one product, and of course there's multiple buyers trying to buy it. Well, what a reverse auction was, that just flips that upside down. So instead of that, imagine if there was just one buyer of that art piece, but there was 100 Mona Lisas, right? And everyone had a Mona Lisa, and that guy's like, I just want this cheap piece of art because there's multiple of these Mona Lisas. I just want to paint it up my office, whatever, call it a day, and they're bidding that price down. It's the same thing here with energy. It's the same way we usually are running a process anyways, because we're like, I have those multiple suppliers, and we're looking at all the supplier prices, and there's one buyer, one load. And so what this does is it works the same way as an auction. It lasts 15 minutes, and this prices just come down and see the suppliers bring the price down. So with that, we just want to introducing AuctionBox. That's the proprietary system we have developed here. We spent about 6 months developing this. We call it the ultimate reverse auction platform for energy buyers. There is other ones out here you can go and subscribe to. They're going to charge you money to run the auction on it. There's a few consultants out there that have their own, very large consultants that have their own thing, and we've seen these. We've actually not modeled it, but we've seen it, and we want to improve upon it. We feel we have. I'm not going to do a demo for you here today because that could take way too much time. I'll show you some screenshots here. But what we did here is we just flipped the script. We're having these sellers come after you. So our competitors do not offer this service. So yes, believe it or not, there are companies that try to be like Box, and we don't feel they do as good of a job as us by any means. We're biased here as well, but our competitors do not offer service. There's no one else you're going to be able to find this with. It's very hard to develop this. Like I said, if you want to go and try this with another platform, you can do it. And nobody else is going to go down to the levels we have of 1 million kilowatt hours and above. Most are going to be requiring these customers to be 10 million kilowatt hours and above. But also, and best of all, there is no extra cost. We're not taking any extra splits out of this. We're not adding fees onto this. The cost is the cost. We just want you guys to bring in more business. That's our goal. You bring in more business, everybody succeeds. Everybody succeeds here in the end. And that's what we want. And this is one of these systems here that's really, there's 3 winners here. There's the customer, there's you the consultant, agent, broker, and we'll benefit as well because all business helps everybody out. So that's why we offer it for free and there's no extra cost. You know, we've developed this software to run this thing. It doesn't really, it doesn't cost anything extra for us. So, and this is now just a screenshot here. This is kind of the customer view. This is, you know, the utility, shows annual volume. This is kind of this runs and there's the time remaining in the auction. These auctions usually are 15 minutes. And it shows you the best offer, second, third. We also have graphs that shows, you know, and different screenshots it can show, or we can, anytime you want a demo of this, we can run a demo, but it shows, it will also show all the bids. It shows every bid in the order it was placed. And we will have, at the end of their auction, there's a report that comes out instantaneously that we will have, and we can send out to you, to the customer, to you to send to the customer. And we also send it out to any suppliers on the call here. We also send these out to the suppliers as well, where you'll see your bid and everyone else will be labeled like supplier 1, 2, 3, 4, but you can see your competition. But it's really, it's really simple the way we want it. We want the interface to be simple. We've seen some very complicated ones out there from some other people that have these kind of auctions, and then we wanted to make this as simple as possible to understand and read as this is going on, and it's extremely transparent. And also just want to also include in here, we've had some questions on this already, the broker fee will be included in this price. So as these prices are coming in and your customer is viewing this auction as it's taking place, you don't have to worry that the price is in, the broker fee is included in the price. We're not gonna have to add price to that. And this is included the price. We have these suppliers when they know it, but they also, we make them when they log into the auction, they acknowledge that the broker fee is included in the prices. So that's in there. And we also have some customer marketing materials here that we can have. One of the things that we really try to work on here is to make this very much where you can make it to be your field, make it like your own. We did not put our name on it, Broker Online Exchange. It's named Auction Box. Yes, Box is there, but you know, I don't think your customers are going to say, "Oh, Box, Auction Box." That kind of sounds like Box, the company. And surely no one's going to do that. So, but the name of it is Auction Box, and Broker Online Exchange that name. So you can claim Auction Box as your own service. Kind of cool, huh? You know, you can be that one person shop, Benji Coomer Energy, and go out, and Benji could go out and be like, yeah, look at this system I developed with my team of tech guys, you know? Because everyone likes doing business with people that seem like they got a team behind them. So anyways, this is a great marketing piece here, goes into really everywhere how the customers can benefit. Just, we can get this out to you here for you guys. Your account executive can get those for you guys. We should actually probably put that in the thing here. Maybe I'll send this to Emily. Emily can put this in here before the end of the thing. I'll get it out to her shortly, and she can put it in the file here as another handout. This is for customers above 1,000 or 1 million annual kilowatt hours or 100,000 annual therms. And so it really reaches down to a broad level. One more thing on this as well. We just, you know, the process here is that, you know, we're going to price it up normally first and get it through so everybody has in their system. And then we just need, suppliers will just need like about a 3-day warning once it's been priced once, that there's going to be an auction on a certain date. We send a link to them, they go in and participate in the auction. So we've got a lot of good buy-in from all our suppliers. They're pretty fired up about this as well. So, and that's that there. And now I'm going to let Benji just really go in and tell you why you're a fool for not taking advantage of this. So go ahead, Benji, take it away.
You know, one of the things you got to keep in mind when you're consulting, when you're selling, when you're doing anything is, you know, when you're marketing yourself, you have to market. It's one of the tenets that we really, you know, stick to is this idea of you don't have to be better, but you do have to be different. And when you approach the, you know, your customers and you roll in there and say, hey, I'm going to save you money on your electricity and let me take a look at your bill. The customers have heard this a million times. customers, and they're going to be like, not interested, right? But if you approach your customers in a manner that says, hey, I have a very proprietary software that what we do is we drive your rates down in a live manner. So a couple of things happen. Number one, if you've ever heard the old sales saying, don't sell the steak, you sell the sizzle, right? Well, this is the sizzle, because you come in and you say, hey, we are going to give you a live environment where you can see suppliers competing and lowering rates in a live environment. That is very marketable. It is different, and it will give you an ear with your customers. So if you are an energy consultant, you have a brokering business, you have got to start pushing this with your customers. The other thing Scott already mentioned, but we will take customers down to 1 million kilowatt hours, right? That a lot of our partners, a lot of these auction platforms, you have to pay thousands of dollars per transaction on it. We are going to allow this to be more that average customer that comes in the door, that you can put them through this process to really drive those rates down. That's number one. And then you've got like I'm saying, that ability to go in there and really sell that to your customer. And that's what, at the end of the day, it gives your customer the satisfaction, and it gives them the comfort that says, hey, I went through a process, it was strategic, it had discipline around it, and it got me the lowest rate. Because anyone that's been in this business long enough knows you cannot go in there and guarantee customers anything. We don't know if the market's going to go up. We don't know if it's going to go down. But what we can tell them is say, hey, on today, in this environment, we are going to get you the lowest rate possible. Okay, that's number one. Number two is, in any sales process, there has to be commitment from the customer, right? If you can't get a customer to commit to a few things, I like to break sales down into like one or, somewhere to like 3 different commitments, right? And it's like, if you can get commitment number 1, we're 1/3 of the way there. If we can get commitment number 2, you're 2/3 of the way. And if we can get commitment number 3, then we've got a closed deal, right? You got to break your customers down into commitments. This is a massive commitment for your customer, because what you're saying to them is, hey, we can't run this awesome process. I can't get you the lowest rates until you commit to me on Thursday, next week, we are going to run this process. Well, part of our process to do this, we're going to get them to sign a sheet of paper that says, hey, if the rate is at or below this, I will agree to sign a contract. So when they agree to do the process, you're getting a signed customer. That is massive commitment. It keeps us from, we've all been there where it's like the customer, you think you've got a closed deal, you got them a good rate, you got the contract that they want, and they come back and say, you know what? I think I should wait another week. It seems to me like the market's going down. You don't have to deal with this kind of stuff, right? You say, hey, let's get a date set. Let's come up with a floor, a ceiling on a rate that says, hey, if it's above this, then we don't transact. But if it's below this, you're agreeing to say, I'm ready to move forward. So it really ties the customer down. It gets them into a great environment where the rates can be driven down. It's a process that if you're out selling, you're consulting with your customers, this is the sizzle, this is the commitment. And it's just a process that really gets them a low rate, gets them in the contract that they want to be in. So we're massively excited about it. And like I said, it's another service that you can add, that you can give to your customers. And that is our commitment, as your partners. We want to give you services that your customer needs, that helps you grow your business, helps you get more deals done, helps you stay, disciplined, streamlined, and all of those things. So we're very excited about it. And then ultimately, at the end of the day, the biggest is that your customer is going to get the best rate of the day. And that's the guarantee that you can give them. So we're really excited about it. So Scott, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thanks, Benji. Yeah. We now have time for questions. And I see one here. Let's see, AuctionBox. How does your reverse auction platform compare to Transparent Energies?
It's better.
Yeah. In addition to the white label AuctionBox, how does your reverse auction platform compare to Transparent Energies? So, yeah, it's better. We saw Transparent Energies. In our opinion, we built something better. Really because of simplification, the fact that we can bring it down to levels that are broader, a much broader customer base, especially for what our customers are at. Our transparency of our reports that come out. So yeah, I mean, we welcome the comparison, but we saw what they offer. We saw the screenshots. We saw a demo. We then kind of try to improve upon everything that we saw out there. So
Yeah, I would say as well, Scott, we one of the things that we did, we reached out, we have hundreds and hundreds of partners that we work with. And this is something a lot of them were asking for. Hey, is there an auction coming? And so, a while back we started focusing on it. But one of the things that we did is we kind of did a town hall with 6 or 8 different people and said, hey, you're asking for this. Do you have experience? And we got, kind of the top of saying, hey, I really like this platform that does this. I like the features of this one. There's 4 or 5 different auction platforms out there. And we really feel like that we came together and put the best of all of those worlds together and to put this on the table. So,
yeah, shout out to our partners that were helpful to us on that, and we really appreciate that.
Helped us, showed us some gave us their feedback on what they really liked about different partners, and so we feel like we kind of put the best of all of those together.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah, and that's it for the questions we have here. And any additional questions and any questions you have on reverse auction, please feel free to contact your account executive. They're going to be getting a hold of you, by the way, as well, and keep talking more about this. So just get a hold of them though if you have any questions in the meantime, or would like to kind of do an auction or see a little demo of this, how it works. Cool. Let's just contact them and they'll get in touch with us. Any questions on the market? Anything that you guys need strategy talk on how to win a deal, or if you'd like us to join you on customer calls, we generally really get involved on that. We'll answer stuff in email on anything, but really get involved anything over 3 million kilowatt hours and above. We will get on customer calls. We will definitely have a call with you and talk about strategy, how to win that deal. And just feel free to reach out. We have a huge success rate if it gets to the point. Every step we get more involved. When we get in those meetings, we actually get into a meeting with the customer. There's usually an 85% close rate on that deal. So it's that team approach of selling. So with that, I'll let Benji finish it up here with one of my favorite slides.
Yes, there's the box team. No, thank you guys very much for joining us this month, and we'll be back again next month. But we just really appreciate our partners. We appreciate our suppliers. I know we have some suppliers that listen to our deal. And thank you, Scott. You and Allie always put together an amazing market update. I'm totally biased, but I believe we have the best market update in the industry. And like Scott said, if you guys have questions about the market, if you've got questions about selling, if you've got questions about the reverse auction, just come to us, let us know, and we'd be glad to help you out. But we are truly here to serve our partners. And like I said earlier, without our partners, we don't have a business. So we appreciate you guys, and we really appreciate what you guys bring to the table. So thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Benji. Take care, guys.
Bye. Bye.